18 Ormond Quay is one of those buildings in Dublin that seems to captivate the thousands of people that pass by along the quays every day, sitting in their bus, in their taxi, frustrated cyclists going along the quays. And like so many buildings in Dublin, it's only when you get inside that you begin to realise that what we have here is something of much greater significance. We have a beautiful mid-19th century building at the front that has earlier layers in it, a much older 1760s house positioned to the back. But outside we have a slurry of grim institutional render that's covering both and makes it look like an industrial factory. And that's the thing that we want to do. We want to strip those layers off and bring it back, bring both buildings back to their former glory.
The building revealed itself very early stages. There was a piece of signage on the gable. The minute we were able to remove that, we found some of the original wig pointing. The bricks wouldn't have been laid as sharp as they would be nowadays, and this was a way of showing accurately gauged brickwork. So it sharpened up the elevation and made it look very smart. With a building like this, the colour of our jointing, the colour of our pointing, the colour of our shop front, they're not our decisions, they're the decisions of the building. The building decides what colour the pointing is, what colour the brick is, what colour the shop front is. We're conserving the building as it was from the day it was built.
One of the few things that expresses our identity on a local level, on a national level, is our historic building stock. And in the case of Ormond Quay, it represents that in spades, from the traditional brickwork that is inherent in Dublin, to the types of sash windows that we have, to the joinery details. All of these elements are specific to Dublin, and we should be cherishing them, we should be celebrating them and conserving them.
Geraldine and Graham asked us to come and look at the building as soon as they had bought the building, and a lot of the staircase was missing, and that was, I suppose, the biggest intervention that we had to work on. The very upper flight was still here, and I suppose specifically and crucially for us, the actual handrail and the spindles were here. So we were able to then replicate those and come up with the rest of the stairs from the very bottom up. So we were able to use this exact kind of shape for the handrail. It's a mahogany handrail. It's cut across the grain so that you get this beautiful flare in the mahogany.
The Civic Trust were very keen to use wallpapers in their restoration of the interiors. I think what's so important about what the Civic Trust have done here in Ormond Quay in bringing together all these crafts and skills, the wallpaper, the joinery, is to show how these old buildings can be lived in a way that brings out their very best qualities, rather than make them all homogenized, contemporary interiors. To do more than that, to go back and actually find out how people lived in these houses, then the comfort, the warmth, the style that they offered.
Our aim in Dublin Civic Trust is to lead by example in the conservation of the historic buildings of Dublin. And in this project in 18 Ormond Quay, we've managed to piece back together this wonderful example of a Dublin merchant house over shop. And in the process, we've managed to sustain traditional skills in a way I think that's really brought back the spirit of the age in which this building was built when it was finished in 1843.